Hidden Fragments, the Anunnaki and the Origins of Humanity. Sumeria, the ancient civilization that once thrived in what is now modern-day Iraq, is often referred to as the cradle of human civilization. Over 5,000 years ago, it was here that humanity developed its first laws, cuneiform writing, the wheel, and sun-dried brick architecture. But Sumeria gave birth to more than just technology and order. It also birthed an ancient religion, and some researchers believe that within its mythology lies the true story of our origins. One that involves powerful beings from beyond the stars, the Anunnaki. This episode will be a special one. Today, we'll explore the origin of these alleged extraterrestrial beings from the planet Nibiru, and how they may have influenced the creation of humankind, the rise of Sumeria, and ultimately, the birth of all ancient civilizations on Earth. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell, so you never miss an episode that uncovers the hidden secrets of our past. Are you ready? Here are 10 reasons that might make you believe in aliens. Sumeria Special. 1. The Exodus. Around 450,000 years ago, a race of extraterrestrial beings known as the Anunnaki, a name that translates as sons of Anu, royal bloodline, or those who came from the heavens to Earth, left their home planet, Nibiru, on a mission to colonize and build a new world on Earth. These beings looked somewhat human, but were much taller, about 3 meters 10 feet tall, with pale skin, long hair, and beards. According to the 12th Planet, a book by researcher Zacharias Sitchin, Nibiru is a hidden member of our solar system, orbiting the Sun in a long elliptical path every 3,600 years, far beyond Neptune. But if such a planet exists, where is it? In this so-called celestial abode, or original dwelling, ruled a god named Anu or An, the supreme deity of the heavens according to Sumerian belief. Anu had a consort named Untu, 6 concubines, and over 80 descendants. Their society was highly structured, with ministers and army, commanders, scholars, and other officials. According to ancient astronaut theory, one day King Anu decided to send his son Enki, along with 50 Anunnaki, on an expedition to Earth, long before humans existed, to mine gold and other essential minerals that their planet desperately needed. Their destination, the Persian Gulf region. But Enki's mission failed. He couldn't find what he was looking for, so Anu sent his other son, Enlil, in his place. Enlil arrived in North Africa with 600 Anunnaki and was far more successful. They soon established 7 bases across the region of Mesopotamia, preparing Earth for the arrival of more explorers and to begin large-scale resource extraction. 2. The creation of humanity. Although Enki and Enlil were both sons of Anu, their relationship was far from harmonious. Much of their rivalry stemmed from opposing personalities. Enlil was seen as the second most important deity in the Sumerian pantheon. His name means Lord of the Airspace, or God of Wind and Storms. As Anu's eldest son, he was declared the ruler of heaven and earth. But he was also known to be arrogant, hot-tempered, and authoritarian. Enki, on the other hand, whose name translates as Lord of the Earth, was the god of water and the seas. He was a scientist, engineer, and teacher, wise and compassionate. He was said to have taught early humans metallurgy, brickmaking, and how to build homes and cities. But Enki's most important contribution was the creation of mankind. When the Anunnaki began mining Earth's resources, the labor became overwhelming. The workers eventually rebelled, refusing to continue under such extreme conditions. Facing a crisis, Enki proposed a radical solution: create a new being to take over the labor. They called it Lulu, the primitive worker. Using the primates native to Earth, Enki combined their DNA with that of the Anunnaki, applying advanced genetic knowledge. After several trials, they succeeded in creating a being capable of following orders, possibly the first hominids, like Homo erectus. But they soon realized these beings lacked the cognitive ability for complex tasks. So Enki returned to his lab to refine his creation. After multiple failed attempts, Adapa was born, the model man. Adapa was strong enough to work, smart enough to follow commands, and, most importantly, capable of reproduction, eliminating the need for constant scientific intervention. He would later be regarded as the first of the 7 sages of Mesopotamia, often depicted as a man with a fish tail. Some scholars even see parallels between Adapa and the biblical Adam. Later on, the Babylonians, who inherited much of Sumerian knowledge, renamed him Oannes, the being who taught humanity the foundations of civilization. Across various ancient cultures, there are consistent myths of gods creating humans from the heavens or the stars. Is this just coincidence? Or could there have been an extraterrestrial hand in our evolution, shaping us from primates into Homo sapiens? 3. Cities and power centers. When the Anunnaki arrived on Earth, their first major task was to establish cities, not merely as places to live, but as strategic hubs for organizing their activities. These were not primitive settlements. They were highly advanced complexes, blending architecture, administration, and scientific development in ways that still surprise researchers today. According to Sumerian texts, each base was governed by a different Anunnaki leader, ruling over the region from grand temples that served as both political and spiritual headquarters. One of the first and most significant cities was Eridu, believed to be the first city in human history, founded by Enki himself. It became a center for teaching and overseeing humanity's progress. Other key cities included Nippur, where Enlil ruled, and Uruk, which would later become one of the most powerful cities of the ancient world. These were not only religious and residential centers, but also energy nodes aligned with celestial patterns, possibly indicating cosmic knowledge far beyond their time. Could the strategic design and advanced planning of these ancient cities really have been achieved without help? Or were the Anunnaki the true architects behind the first civilizations? 4. The genetic footprint of the gods. One of the most compelling theories surrounding the Anunnaki is that their legacy may live within us, genetically. If they truly merged their DNA with early primates, could traces of that manipulation still exist in modern humans? Geneticists today admit that over 98% of human DNA remains a mystery in terms of function, once dismissed as junk DNA. Some now believe it may hold hidden codes or ancient instructions. What if this unexplained part of our genome is actually a remnant of non-human origin? Myths from around the world speak of gods mingling with mortals, beings from the sky or stars shaping human destiny. In the Bible, the Nephilim are described as giants born from such unions. Could these be different interpretations of the same event? There are also claims that humanity underwent several phases of modification, as the Anunnaki sought the perfect balance between intelligence, strength, and loyalty. If true, it would suggest that modern humans are the result of a long evolutionary experiment, part natural, part engineered. And if that's the case, maybe the ancient gods never truly left us. Maybe their legacy is still flowing through our veins. 5. Megalithic structures. Traces of Anunnaki engineering? One of the most fascinating and debated topics when exploring ancient civilizations is the presence of megalithic structures. Massive stone buildings created with astonishing precision, without the use of modern machinery, from the ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the pyramids of Egypt, and even further away in places like Pumapunku in Bolivia or Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. We find constructions that challenge everything we thought we knew about early human capabilities. Sumerian records describe the Anunnaki as master architects and builders, bringing with them knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and advanced tools. Many researchers believe that these gods, or their human disciples, may have played a key role in shaping these ancient monuments. What's especially curious is that many of these sites share common characteristics. Perfect alignments with celestial bodies, massive stone blocks weighing hundreds of tons, and cuts so precise they seem impossible without lasers or high-frequency tools. How did ancient cultures move and assemble these stones without cranes or metal saws? And more intriguingly, why do these techniques appear in distant civilizations with no known contact between them? Some theories propose that the Anunnaki used vibrational technology or even anti-gravity methods, knowledge far beyond what we currently understand. Could these constructions be physical evidence of an advanced civilization intervening in our ancient past? And if so, what was their purpose? Were these temples star maps, energy hubs, or messages meant to be uncovered thousands of years later? Maybe the stones themselves hold secrets we've only just begun to decode. 6. DNA manipulation and forbidden knowledge. According to ancient Sumerian tablets and the controversial interpretations of scholars like Zechariah Sitchin, the Anunnaki were not just visitors, they were genetic engineers. Their main objective on Earth was to extract gold and other minerals to sustain their home planet, Nibiru. But manual labor was exhausting for the Anunnaki crew. That's when a bold idea emerged: create a new being, one that could work in the mines and serve them. Using the DNA of Earth's native primates and combining it with their own genetic material, the Anunnaki allegedly created a hybrid species, early humans. The result? A creature intelligent enough to understand instructions, strong enough for hard labor, and capable of reproducing independently. Homo sapiens. Some ancient texts even speak of failed experiments, beings that couldn't survive, couldn't speak, or had bizarre forms. Only after many attempts, they finally succeeded with the creation of a prototype known as Adapa, the model man. He was said to be the first fully functional human, capable of learning, building, and evolving. But what's most unsettling is this. Could this explain why over 200 human genes appear to have no evolutionary predecessors? Could our rapid leap in intelligence and consciousness be the result of an artificial intervention? And if so, what else could be hidden in our DNA? Did the Anunnaki leave a part of themselves within us? Secrets coded in our very biology? Some say we carry the memory of the stars in our blood. Others believe we've only scratched the surface of what it means to be human. 7. Temples for the gods or landing pads for the stars. In ancient Mesopotamia, enormous temples known as ziggurats rose toward the sky like stairways to the heavens. These massive structures were built in honor of the gods, particularly the Anunnaki, serving as sacred places for rituals, offerings, and perhaps something more. Some researchers suggest that ziggurats were not merely symbolic constructions, but technological platforms, possibly even landing sites for the gods' celestial vehicles. Many of these structures had flat tops, sometimes covered in metallic or mineral elements. Could they have functioned as beacons or communication hubs? The Epic of Gilgamesh and other ancient texts mention gods descending from the skies in fiery chariots or flying discs surrounded by thunder and smoke. These descriptions sound eerily similar to modern accounts of UFO sightings. And here's another mystery. Many ziggurats were aligned with specific stars or planetary movements, just like other sacred sites across the globe. Were these massive temples part of a larger, interconnected grid? A network designed to track celestial bodies, or to contact them? If the Anunnaki were truly from another world, they would have needed a system to arrive, communicate, and return. Perhaps the ziggurats weren't just religious monuments, but architectural testaments of ancient space technology, hidden in plain sight. What if Earth's first temples were actually cosmic terminals? 8. The Great Conflict between the gods. Although the Anunnaki were a single race, not all of them agreed on how to manage humanity. The ancient tablets speak of deep rivalries between Enki and Enlil, sons of Anu. Enki, the scientist and protector of humanity, believed humans should evolve and gain wisdom. Enlil, the authoritarian and militaristic ruler, saw humans as tools, nothing more than slaves. This conflict grew stronger as humanity became more independent. Enki began teaching humans sacred knowledge, agriculture, writing, architecture. Enlil saw this as a threat. According to these stories, it was Enlil who decided to send the Great Flood, a catastrophe meant to wipe out the human race. But Enki, defying his brother, warned one man, Ziusadra or Utnapishtim, the Mesopotamian version of Noah. He instructed him to build a boat and save himself, his family, and the knowledge of civilization. Sound familiar? The biblical flood, the ark, and the chosen survivor may all stem from this older Sumerian tale. A moment where gods battled over the fate of mankind. This divine conflict raises a powerful question. Were we meant to evolve? Or were we a mistake that got out of control? 9. Evidence in modern times. Are the Anunnaki still watching? Some believe the Anunnaki never truly left. Across the globe, there are reports of strange beings, unexplained sightings, and abductions that share characteristics with ancient accounts of gods from the sky. In recent decades, there's been a surge of interest in genetic experimentation, artificial intelligence, and space colonization, all fields the Anunnaki were said to have mastered thousands of years ago. Coincidence? There are even those who believe certain bloodlines on Earth, royalty, elites, or secret societies, may be descendants or hybrids of the Anunnaki. Could some humans be carrying ancient alien DNA and continuing a hidden agenda? Symbols, texts, and architecture from ancient times seem to resonate with modern scientific discoveries, as if our ancestors left clues, or we are unknowingly repeating a cycle. Are we moving toward reconnecting with our creators? 10. The legacy of the Anunnaki, our forgotten origins. Whether myth or reality, the story of the Anunnaki forces us to rethink everything we know about our past. The Sumerians were not just the creators of writing and the wheel. They were the first to record the arrival of beings from the stars. What if our history, as taught in schools, is only a fraction of the truth? What if humanity is the result of a cosmic experiment, shaped by ancient knowledge and divine intervention? The Anunnaki left behind more than temples and tales. They left a legacy hidden in our languages, our genes, and our myths. Now, with modern science catching up to what ancient texts hinted at, we stand at the edge of discovery. Are we alone in the universe? Or are we the descendants of beings who came from the stars, crafted with a purpose we've yet to fully understand? Maybe the answers have always been within us. And maybe, just maybe, the Anunnaki are waiting for us to remember. If this journey through Sumeria and the Anunnaki made you question what you thought you knew about human origins, then you're in the right place. Here at Hidden Fragments, History and Mystery, we explore ancient secrets, forbidden knowledge, and the theories that challenge the official narrative. So if you're ready to uncover more forgotten truths, subscribe, give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Because what's coming next might just change how you see the world. See you in the next chapter.